Hey, how's it going, folks? Angel here, Lead with Abundance Coaching. And I'm going to talk a little bit uh, about who I think, and this just came to me, um, who I think the most, um, the best abundant leader ever has been. So, I don't know. I wish folks were on. I don't see anybody on joining me live right now. I would ask people to throw in the chat, throw in the comments who they think, who you think the most abundant leader is that you're aware of. Who really does lead with abundance? What does that even mean? So, I'm going to say something surprising to you because I think one of the most abundant leaders ever is actually a fictional character and it's not a person. So, hmm. It's the little engine that could, folks. That little engine that could is, in my memory, the very first abundant leader that I had experience with. So we all remember hearing that story, hearing our parents tell us that story, or we've told our kids the story of the little engine that could. The little engine was a leader. Why was she a leader? Because she stepped up and helped people. That made her a leader. And she had a mindset of, I can. I can, I can, I can. So the little engine that could is a superb abundant leader. That's really what abundant leadership is about, is being optimistic and looking for solutions and overcoming challenges that are presented, um, regardless. So, the little engine that could, we all know that story. Somebody needed help. One of the trains broke down. The uh, all a lot of the other trains wouldn't help. They just buzzed right on by because they were too busy, or didn't want to, or didn't think that they should, or didn't think it was any of their business. Um, and so they just, blew right on by that poor train that had broken down. And then there was this little engine that stopped and, said, I will help. I'll help you. Um, and, I don't know exactly if this is how it goes. I have not read the story in years, but this is how I recall it. The little engine came by and said that she would help. She stepped up and proved to be a little engine leader. And if you step up in whatever organization or whatever experience you're in, you will also become an abundant leader because that's really all that it takes. All that it takes is stepping up and saying, I can and I will help others. So, if you have a client that's struggling, and there's something that you can do to help them, overcome whatever that struggle is, even if it's not within your boundaries or your parameters of, what it is that you're doing to serve that client. Maybe, um, you I don't know. You sell insurance and you know that they really need to sell their car, and so you go and say, "Hey, I know somebody who needs to sell their car." And so reach out to your network and you help them out and finding people who might be interested in selling their car. That's not very hard. It's not very hard to connect people to others. Or you see somebody who's struggling, and maybe they broke down on the side of the road. How many of us just fly right on by? I'm busy. I got to get somewhere. I'm not going to help. Now, I understand that in some instances, we may not want to pull over because, there's a lot of bad people out there and you just really never know. But I was driving home from the bank just a day or two ago, and there was a car pulled over, sort of, but still like sticking out in the lane. And it was on a highway. So she was still sticking out in the lane. And I had to go into the oncoming lane in order to go around her. And, she was out of the car. So there was obviously an issue. And so I got out and said, what, what can I do to help you? Um, her car locked up and just stopped. So she couldn't get it out of the road. And so I tried to help her get it out of the road. I didn't do a great job. And then luckily, three other people stopped and, said, "Can we help?" And that's those three people stopped after probably 15 to 20 people drove by and just blew right on by and didn't even stop to say a thing. Um, so, anyways, the moral of the story is to slow down, um, be optimistic, help people out, and hopefully that goodwill will come back to you. Did I get anything out of that? Not necessarily. Well, I got to meet my neighbor. I guess that is a bonus thing because she actually lives right behind me, and you know, like literally right behind me on the road um, back. We all have acreage out here, and so we don't get close to our neighbors generally, especially the ones in the back. But I got to meet her and that was nice and got to see the new big house that they're building next door to her. And we can see them building it through the trees. But so there was a good thing that came out of it. I know my neighbor and um, I had never met her before. So so again, let's go back to who is the most abundant leader um, ever. I still say it is definitely the little engine that could. The little engine that could is a representative of an abundant leader, not because she had a title or a position that she held. She was a nobody train. She wasn't important. She was a young train learning, wasn't really anybody, had no status, no title, no position, no special knowledge or skills. She just had a good attitude, a helping attitude, and optimism that then helped her help others and get her over the hill with those toys, which ultimately helped a whole bunch of other people by her taking that on and being optimistic and knowing that she could do that. So how how does that translate to you and what you're doing? You have challenges in front of you, but as you overcome them, you're going to unlock and open some doors for yourself and for many others. And, bring things to others that you wouldn't if you didn't kind of push past that barrier. So keep on your can hat, your I can hat, and keep saying, I can. And if you need help, ask for help. It's important, to ask for help, and you shouldn't be ashamed of asking for help or feel bad about asking for help. So try to be a little bit vulnerable, ask for help, and I assure you that you will blow past those barriers that you have in front of you, and really see some great things on the other side. So again, if you have some other abundant leaders that you believe are abundant leaders, I would love for you to throw those in the comments and let me know who you think the most abundant leader is. Obviously, it doesn't even have to be a person, but who do you admire? Who has proven to be a great leader and inspired you? This is Angel signing off, and I hope to see you again soon.